I've got 3 kids in their 20s. What I'm about to tell you in this video is exactly the same as I would tell them. Whether they or you listen to it is up to you. At various points in my youth, I was given some really sound advice by people who knew what they were talking about. And unfortunately, I was extremely hard-headed. I thought I knew best and ignored them and went my own way. Had I have listened, my life would have been far smoother and easier. I've been to about 50 countries. I've lived in 5 or 6. I've been living abroad in East Slovakia for almost 3 decades now. I've had 8 books published. I have several properties, but I had to learn the hard way. Pay attention to what I'm going to tell you, and hopefully your life will be much easier from now on. Number 1, it's never too late to change completely. The day has 24 hours, and think of each day like an entire lifetime. When you get up in the morning, you can decide to completely change your life. I mean, totally. You can walk away from everything you know. You can apply for a different job. You can go back into education. You could decide to find a life partner. You could take up a new activity, a new sport, a new skill. It's your choice every day. Do not waste any day in your life. Every day has value, and the older you get, the more you will regret the times you just laid in bed thinking, God, my life is shit. You can change completely your life from one day to the next. Number 2, life ain't what you thought it would be. You get TV, you get films, you get social media, everything with music, everything promotes this super lifestyle you will experience once you get out of your teens. You have this idea that you're going to have this super group of friends and you're going to have super adventures and super parties and you're going to have a super job, and then you realise it ain't quite like that. For many of you, life probably sucks. You don't have the job you wanted and you're doing some terrible menial job. You don't have any respect, you don't have any money, you can't find the type of partner you'd like to spend the rest of your life with. Life ain't what you thought it was. That's a hard truth. There's a big difference between marketed fantasy and reality. And as soon as you come to terms with that and start understanding the world for how it really works, then you can start improving upon it. If you keep in your head what you've seen from Jay-Z videos or Friends, life's nothing like that. Maybe for a tiny, tiny few it is. But for the most of us, once you understand that, then you can start seeing, how do I improve my life? How do I get to where I want to go? No one's going to give it to you unless you're from the lucky rich elite. This leads to money. When you're young, unless you've got rich parents or you've inherited or you created an app which blew up overnight and has now been bought out by Google, chances are you're not going to have anywhere near the money to be able to do the things you thought you would be able to. You're not going to have the money to go out and buy a property or buy a new car or even travel nowadays because it has become so expensive. In school, they don't really teach you about money. I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories why, but they don't. So you need to learn very, very quickly about your money. And most importantly, what not to waste it on. You're bombarded 24 hours a day on crap which you should spend your money on. And very quickly you realise you don't have any left. Maybe you're even going into debt. This is something you really need to take stock of. You need to start making long-term plans and goals for what to do with any money you do have, or how to get extra money. This video isn't about how to get rich quick or how to make $1,000 a day from faceless YouTube videos. I'll leave it up to you to find how to get the money. Important is, don't waste money and don't get into debt. If you can't afford something, save up for it. Even if it takes years, Is it really worth it now? Once you're in debt, you're owned. A bank, a loan company, a leasing company, they own you. And they also own what you've borrowed the money for. It's not yours. Time is more important than money. When you're young, most jobs that you'll work get paid by the hour, unless you're lucky enough to already get a salary. This means 1 hour from your life equates to $5, $10, £15, whatever it could be. That is the value that's been placed on a fraction of your entire lifespan. Here's what they don't tell you. You get 70 years on average, as it says in the Bible, 70 years plus or minus. When you're young, you think you've got this infinite time ahead of you, but trust me on this one, time just disappears. Decades disappear. The ideal balance, because life is all about balance, is being able to work or somehow create money and at the same time have time for yourself, for your interests, for your family. Right, number 5, people come and go. Do not worry about what other people think. Most of the people you know now, you won't know in 10, 20 years' time. This is especially true if you're at school or university or in your first job. You think these people are really important, but they're not. They've got their own lives ahead of them. And one really sad truth about life, if you're not spending close personal time with someone continuously, you distance. They say that distance makes the heart grow fonder, but it doesn't. There's an old rule that in your life, you will have 150 people in your external circle. And from this 150 people, people come and go regularly. Some will have a lot more, and some will have a lot less. Your inner circle is your parents, your siblings, and then you've got your close friends, then you've got your mates, your work colleagues, then you've got your acquaintances, people you know from when you go to a shop, for example. These people will come and go. Always take every moment with a person as an individual moment. If you want to wear something, wear it. If you want to do your own thing, do it. Do not base your life on what you think other people think about you. You don't know what they think. They may have a few thoughts about you, whether negative or positive, but mostly they're thinking about themselves and their own lives and those around them. You're just a fleeting moment in their life. We live in a period where everybody believes that they're the main star in the story. Social media functions on this, and social media is not to make you happy. Social media is to get advertising revenue by making you use it more. Yes, everybody can be their own main star in their story, but don't expect others to see you the same way, because they are their own main star. This leads into number 6. Don't buy stuff to impress others, and don't keep up with the Joneses. Don't go into debt to buy some BMW or Audi just to impress other people. It won't. It may briefly, but not in the long term. People now borrow insane amounts of money just so they can show other people they're rich. They're not. They're in debt. That's not rich. If you have a 30-year-long €300,000, dollar, pound mortgage on your house, it's not your house. For 30 years, that's not your house. You're a debt slave. If you're buying cars on leasing for a long period, it's not your car. Who are you trying to impress? Start working out what you personally need. Have a look at your life and say, do I really need this? One good trick, if you want to buy something, and most online shopping now is based on impulse shopping. They've even reduced the time it takes from looking at an item online to clicking the checkout. If you want to buy something, bookmark it and leave it over the weekend. Leave it for a week, then come back to it. Do you still want it? Have a look at second-hand things, used. And I'm not talking in the hipster way, which is basically paying far too much for something which is just old, because you think other people will be impressed. Furniture, boots, coats, bags, cars. You can get real bargains. Think about what your life needs. Save up, don't go into debt. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle. You're probably saying it's impossible. No, it's not. You just have to make ulterior decisions. Yeah, you might want to live in a McMansion, but you're young. You've got the whole life ahead of you. Start small, off the beaten track, and work your way up. You'll be free and have what you want. Don't get confused by you could buy it now and pay later. You're trapped. And then the rest of your life, somebody is making decisions for you. Number 8, learn as many skills as you can when you're young. You won't believe how many things you will need to know, or which will improve your life if you know them as you get older. A good example, when I first came here and I was visiting my new mother-in-law's apartment for the first time, we didn't speak the same language and she just beckoned me into her kitchen. The wall had a big hole in it and she handed me a bag of cement and a bucket. She wanted me to fix it. I had no idea what to do. Like, no idea. These little skills, you have YouTube available. Learn these little skills. For example, plumbing. How much does it cost to bring a plumber out? Just last night, the tap fell off, the faucet, from my kitchen sink. So I just put it back again. I didn't have to pay $150 to bring out a plumber. If you can, learn specialised skills now in your youth. And there's multiple reasons for this. When I was a kid, everybody wanted to go to university or college. Everybody wanted to work in an office or have a career. Jobs such as welder, plumber, electrician, carpenter, these were looked down upon. Mechanic, they were dirty, they were cold. You didn't get to use a computer and wear a suit. Oh, how times have changed. Now look how much a plumber, an electrician, a mechanic earns. And they're the ones who are most needed. Everybody needs them. Nobody needs a data entry specialist. Nobody needs a paper pusher. AI is wiping out this entire corporate culture of the middle class. But more than that, the more you know, the more self-reliant you can be. And there's nothing better than being self-reliant. You have a problem, and later in life your family has a problem, you can solve it. It won't cost you any money to bring in an outsider. You can do it yourself. You never know when you may be able to earn money from this. And if not earn money, at least you won't need to spend money to do this. Number 9, not everybody is good for you. I know we live in this society where we're supposed to believe there's good in everybody. It may be true, but not everybody is good for you. When you meet someone, always have in the back of your head, they may be good, they may be bad. They may be absolutely super for their family and their friends, but for you, there may be difficulties. Take everybody with a pinch of salt. Don't expect everybody to be as good as you are. This gets even truer when you start traveling and you meet people who appear to be very, very nice and you discover that they're not. They're after something. I hate to sound negative, but this is just a fact of life. People act differently for different reasons. Look at politicians who smile and kiss babies and then send your children to war. Be realistic. Number 10, there is a difference between risk and danger. Now, in life, you need to take risks. If you don't take risks, you're going to end up a very unhappy person because you're going to go through life trying to avoid any problem that may arise. In order to succeed, you have to risk. I'm not saying gamble, but sometimes you do have to take the plunge in the deep end. For example, if you want to travel, you're risking a lot just by going abroad. It's a new experience for you, but you can prepare for these things. Danger is when you do things which can have a very negative outcome without any preparation just to do it. Let's go back to the idea of travelling. If you've never travelled abroad before, do it incrementally. Don't do what I did and just take a rucksack with some old clothes and a £10 note and get on a plane and see what happened. Many times it didn't end well. But I learned from experience. Go on a package holiday, go on a tour, go on something organised. Go with some sort of security so you're not completely on your own. The more you know, the easier your life will be. And, as always, be free.